Say hello, world. Hello. I'm still sleeping and mommy is ticking me off. Mwah. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I want to welcome Miss Brooke Marie here, who's still sleepy. What do you expect from a 2-week-old, right? So, we finally have our baby girl. She is doing great. I can't believe how well she's doing. There's a cat behind me right now. Hopefully she cooperates for this video and I can actually talk and her not get too cranky because she should be wanting to eat in the next hour or so. So first thing is first, Miss Brooke here was born on January 5th and she was born via C-section. Hi, Miss Little Fussy. Hello. C-section itself went really great. So they had to do a second incision. The first one had scar tissue issues, and well, I'll get into my whole postpartum update a little bit later. First, let's talk more about Miss Brooke here. So she was born weighing 9 pounds 14 ounces. She was a very big girl and about 21 inches long, 37 weeks and 4 days gestation size, and someone just spit up. The birth itself went amazing. I was very much awake during it, and obviously you are awake during a C-section, but I was like very with it mentally. With my daughter Lillian, I was very out of it, heavily drugged up, and all I wanted to do was just close my eyes. With this one, I was very awake. I heard her cry. My husband actually got to see her as they pulled her out of me, and that was really awesome because he didn't get to do that with Lillian. And he got to cut her umbilical cord, which was really sweet. I'm glad he got that opportunity to do it. They showed her to me like around the drape, and that's something that I didn't get my first time around with my daughter, and this is what I got for Brooke, which was amazing. I got to see her face, and I don't know what happened. My emotions just took over me and I just started bawling like a little baby, and I was just so happy. And I realized that feeling, that emotion that most moms get right after birth, I finally got it. If you guys remember back, if you're new to my channel, I actually have a video up about my postpartum depression experience, so go check that video out. I will try to link it down below if I remember to. Mommy brain right now. But with that one, I didn't have a bond or anything with my first daughter for quite a few months, and I didn't have that moment after birth. But for this one, I did, and it was just beautiful. And they kept her in the room, the OR, for I want to say good 15 minutes while they were stitching me up and closing me up. And I got to hear her cry, and then they brought the NICU nurses in to kind of check on her because her breathing was actually going really well. She wasn't turning blue, she wasn't a little smurf or anything, but they had to check her blood sugar, and her blood sugar was a little bit low. Well, not a little bit low, but it was pretty low. She was 15. So they asked me, you know, do you want us to do IV or do you want us to give her formula? And I told them, put an IV in her. Obviously I don't want to cause or bring pain to my daughter, my baby, but an IV will get sugar in her system faster, and at that point that is more critical and very important. And I really wanted to succeed in breastfeeding this time, and I figured formula would really mess that up in the beginning. They bundled her up and they brought her close to me. Oh, excuse you, honey, that's not very ladylike on camera. Tutor. They bundled her up and they brought her close to my face, and it was just the most sweetest thing in the world. I got to smell her and breathe her in and give her kisses, and it was beyond anything I could ever explain. It was the perfect birth that I think I needed. I got to experience. So they took her away, took her upstairs in the NICU, and they finished closing me up, and I went into the recovery room. And at this point, it was just 2 hours of trying to wiggle my toes and deal with pain management and get my blood sugar back up because I was dropping very low. I ended up turning my pump off the night before, and I was still running very low, and I knew that would happen. So that got fixed, thankfully. No other issues, no blood pressure issues, Nothing else, like it went perfect. Everything about it went as expected, which was really nice. And then before the nurse wheeled me into my like actual room, she took me up to the NICU really quick so I could see Brooke and at least touch her feet and talk to her for a little bit before I went back. And then after that, you know, this was probably by 3, 4 in the afternoon. I was actually in my room. And by then, you know, it was more of just relaxing, calming down, letting the pain medicine kick in, and then waiting for the nurse to actually let me stand up and walk. So by 7, 8 o'clock that night, I actually got up and started walking. You know, catheter came out and I went upstairs and I got to see her and try breastfeeding. It was an amazing birthday, I must say. And she did so well. They called it, was it called a pit stop? So she was only in the NICU for, I want to say, a day. I don't even know if it was like a full 24 hours, but she was in for about a day. And after that, they took her off the IV. She was feeding great. I mean, breastfeeding went perfect. Like, she was just amazing at it. So for Miss Brooke's update is she is 2 weeks and so many days. She'll be 3 weeks on Thursday, and today is Tuesday, I believe. So she's almost 3 weeks old. I'm so sorry. This has been a very late update and post. It's been a very trying couple weeks. Lillian, for the most part, has been amazing with her. She's a great big sister. She always wants to give her hugs and she wants to kiss her head and she gives her little high fives. She is just great. When Brooke starts to get a little fussy and cranky, start crying, Lillian will grab a blanket, try to like put the blanket on her feet or give her one of her stuffed animals and her toys. And obviously I am there the entire time and supervising and making sure that she's not trying to put like a stuffed animal or blanket on top of her face or anything like that. But she is doing just amazing. Feeding wise, so in the hospital we did amazing with breastfeeding. She was a champ. Every single time I was still pumping just to kind of try to get my supply going, but I didn't have to give her a bottle or anything like that. And as soon as we came home, it just kind of changed, and I'm not sure if it was new scenery or she just has that gene in her that apparently my children are all lazy, and I shouldn't really say lazy, but I make lazy children. My first daughter did not want to breastfeed at all, had no interest in it whatsoever, so I had to pump and give her that through a bottle for, I want to say, like the first month or so, and after that we had to resort to formula because my supply completely dried up, and I was afraid of that happening with this one. So with the mental part, no postpartum depression at all whatsoever. Like, I am completely fine and normal. Everything I'm feeling is the way it should be, which is a nice change. She'll just throughout her sleeping period. It's so creepy but so cute at the same time. Tangents. So when I came home, we're still breastfeeding, and then she finally realized that she just didn't want to work for it at the tap anymore. She's getting too lazy. By then my milk did come in, but she just didn't want anything to do with it. It's just easier in a bottle. So we got preemie size nipples for the bottle, so that way there's a lot more resistance in the flow for it, hoping that if she has to work harder for it, then maybe she'll actually choose the boob over the bottle. And for right now, she's kind of going back and forth. At night, she wants nothing to do with the boob. She just wants the bottle, but during the day, she is usually, I want to say, 2 to 3 times breastfeeding, and then the rest of it is on the bottle. So I pump, put in the bottle, or we put in the fridge and use up those bottles. So she's still on breast milk, but it's just not from the tap. My first daughter's upstairs napping right now, and the cat is upstairs just meowing for no reason. Weird cat, I know. At night, she, I want to say, is pretty normal from a typical newborn. She sleeps 2 to 3 hours at a time, but it's really difficult because her reflux is just so bad. I have a bassinet right next to our bedroom, or right next to our bed, and I have it elevated, and the actual pad mattress itself is elevated to help her sleep because she's just constantly gurgling and choking. And I woke up one morning, or not one morning, but like during the middle of the night, and she was just starting to turn beet red, and she was just choking on her own spit up and everything else. And it scares me so bad. She won't even sleep in her bassinet fully. She can't be on her back for anything at night. She's just constantly choking and gurgling on her reflux, and the doctors all tell me that it's completely normal. She's gaining weight as she should. She's already back up to her birth weight. Probably by now she's surpassed her birth weight. I don't quite know what she weighs, but she just cannot sleep on her back. I tried putting her up in the swing, so she's sitting up a little bit, and that seems to make it worse. I think her scrunched up sitting is causing it to come up even more. So I would have to, either me or my husband have to sit up on the couch and have her sleeping on us like this, so that way she's still upright, but she's at least getting some sleep. So sleep deprivation is a real thing, let me tell you. But what can you do? It's a newborn stage. I hope that this phase actually ends in the next couple weeks. But in order to make sure that she's safe and she's breathing at night and she's okay and getting the rest that she needs, I will sacrifice so many hours of sleep and just be there for her, to hold her, because in the end that is the safest and best thing that I could do for her. So far, and she was born, by the way, with, I want to say, more hair than this. It's thinning out a little bit, as did her sisters, but it was so full of hair. I will actually try to either put pictures at the end of this video or put one like up here, so you guys can actually see what her hair looked like when she was born. But it was just so full and so dark, just like this. I mean, it's like a whole head of hair. And those of you who say that you don't get heartburn, that it's just a myth, heartburn has nothing to do with the baby's hair, The amount of heartburn I had from both my daughters, who both had a full head of hair, I thought I was giving birth to Chewbacca. I really did, because there was so much heartburn and they had so much hair being born that I'm pretty sure there's a correlation there somewhere. Even if people don't believe it, I think so. Her eyes right now look like a dark blue, like a dark blue-gray right now. I can't really see what they're going to be, but I'm hoping they turn blue as her sisters. So we'll see. My eyes are green, my husband's eyes are blue. There is like a very tiny chance that she will have brown eyes, because, you know, my mom has brown eyes, his mom has brown eyes. It is in our genes. We both carry the recessive gene, however, it's not likely, but there's a tiny chance that she might have brown. I doubt it though. She's a lot more olive complexion compared to her sister, who's very pasty white. She's a little bit darker, but she's starting to kind of like pale out a little bit and get very lighter. So we'll see what happens. So far she's in size 1 diapers. She was wearing size 1 diapers from the moment of birth. Both my kids were. Newborns is a waste to buy for clothes and for diapers. And other than that, I want to thank everyone for all the good wishes. I know this video is well overdue and people have been waiting for it, but I want to thank everyone and say that we are doing fantastic. We're doing healthy. Mom is doing great with incision. I've literally been like on my feet and doing perfectly fine after, I want to say, a day, maybe 2 days after the surgery. I was fine. I didn't need any more pain medicine, which was a blessing, because a lot of women can't. They usually aren't back to themselves for like another couple weeks. And this little bugger has her moments at night where she's not really sleeping well and mommy's not getting a lot of sleep. But I know that this is just a phase, and I'm soaking up every bit of this newborn stage that I can and just taking it all in, because I know that it's only so short and I only get so much of it and I don't want to miss anything. So if I don't sleep for 3 or 4 days straight, that is okay. My frustration, nothing else like gets in the way, which is really great. And it's just amazing the way I absolutely love her and adore her. Like, this feeling is new to me and it's nice. It is really nice. So I'll go ahead and put her down really quick and show you guys my, we'll just call it 2-week postpartum belly. Can we say hi to the camera, honey? Say hi. My name is Brooke. Say hello, world. Hello. I'm still sleeping and mommy's ticking me off. Mwah. Here's with the shirt on, shirt up. So much loose skin still, a lot of work to be done on that, but it's just like this huge belly that used to be right here is like all gone. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you again for all the warm wishes and everyone who watches. I will talk to you guys for our next video. I will try to have a day in the life with a toddler and a newborn. I started it last week and I started it already, so we'll see. Maybe I'll just get so many clips, but I really want to do like a full day for you guys. So let me know what you guys want to see, what you guys want to, what you guys are looking forward, what you guys would like to see. And I'll talk to you for our next video. Bye.